Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'll be telling you how I built my self-confidence from 0% to the level it's at today. All my life, I've struggled with confidence and self-esteem. I've always appeared a little bit strong before people, but deep down, I struggle with my confidence levels and my self-esteem. I always doubt myself, seek people's validation, and care so much about people's opinion and perspective about me. I'm like, I want people to see me as dash 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 dash, and when people see me otherwise, it bothers me. I keep thinking and I'm like, why will this person think I'm this way when I want them to think I'm that way? It gets the best of me and it makes me feel like I'm not doing enough, and then it affects my performance, my appearance. It affects how I carry myself, and I allow people to just ride over me because I was struggling with my confidence, but not anymore. In fact, recently I heard opinions people had about me, about who they thought I was and what they think I actually am, and I smiled. I didn't even bother trying to explain or trying to defend who I am or who I actually am. I just let them go with whatever it is they wanted to think, because I realized that I know who I am, so I don't need anybody to tell me who I am or to tell me who I want to be. Who I believe I am and who I am working hard to be is enough for me. The first thing I did, which is the first thing I do in most situations, is to pray. Because most times when I can't act, when I don't know what to do, when I'm scared, I pray, I seek confidence, I seek refuge in God, because I have so much faith in God. And I have this much faith in God because God has never left me alone. God has always carried me. God has always showed up for me. There's no time that He has disappointed me. There are times that I don't understand His will and it gets blurry. I get annoyed with Him and stuff like that, but it doesn't change the fact that He still shows up at the right time. Sometimes my right time and His right time don't tally, but in the end, I'm able to see that it was all for my good. So the first thing I did is prayer. I prayed all the time for God to help me to pick up myself, to be confident, and to be able to stand anywhere, to defend anything I stand for, and to be able to hold my head high no matter what is going on, no matter the situation. And that was the first step I took. Secondly, since I got to understand that I'm struggling so much with self-confidence, I'm struggling so much to stand tall, to be who I am with pride, to spread my wings and fly, I decided to define who I am. Because I was listening to too much external opinions, it kind of affected my image. The image of who I wanted to be was conflicting, so I had to redefine myself. So that's one of the things that led me to create my wall of faith there. So I wrote down words of affirmation. I wrote down the personality I want to be, the personality I want to manifest, so that every morning when I wake up, I read it back to myself and I tell myself, this is who I am. When I'm tempted to be scared, when I feel doubt, when I hear negative words, I read it back to myself and I feel reassured at that moment. Of course, it's not going to be easy at first, because there are so many times that even after reading it and feeling confident, when I go out and meet challenges, I forget and then I start being scared and timid and allow people ride over me, and then my timidity and my lack of self-confidence takes over. It took me time to actually build this confidence, but it was actually worth it in the end. And writing those words and reading them back to myself and also saying it back to myself in my mind when I feel scared or intimidated have actually gone a long way in helping me. The third thing I had to do is work on what I was allowing to get to me. There's no way that you're not going to hear other people's opinion or perspective. There's no way you're not going to hear side talks or gossips, or there's no way some people will not even tell you negative things about you straight to your face. As long as you walk this earth with other people, that is prone to happen, that is bound to happen. So I had to tell myself the same way I kept telling myself every day, this is who you are, this is who you are, don't forget who you are, this is who you are. I had to also tell myself other people's opinion don't matter. One of the things that affected my self-confidence was external voices, because I was listening to too many voices outside and I was letting it get to me. It affected my confidence. There was a time someone told me that, no, I don't look like a go-getter. I just look like someone who is supposed to be packed somewhere and then look for source of money from, like try to make a living out of people. I felt bad, but when I went back home, I thought about it. I'm like, oh, is that why I'm not making it? And it kind of started messing with me. But later on, I thought about it and I'm like, who is that person to tell me who I am? Like, who is he to decide that I'm not a good getter? Like, really? If I say I'm a good getter, then I am a good getter. Whether he thinks it or not, I am. So I have to be who I say I want to be, and then I have to take action. And that's exactly what I did. So I had to try my best to stop letting external opinions define me or decide who I am. So I had to keep singing to myself, other people's opinion don't matter, other people's opinion don't matter. And to be honest, that's gotten to the point and to the extent that I listen to a lot of opinions, but who cares? It's your opinion. It doesn't change me. It doesn't affect me. It doesn't break me. It doesn't make me who I'm not. That feeling is really satisfying, to be able to listen to other people talk crap about you, even to your face, and then you're not shaking. You still maintain your stamina. You still maintain your aura. Like, it's really amazing. Now that I have this level of confidence, I know that it's really amazing. And it was really low to let people get to me and to let it affect my confidence, because while I was in that era of lack of confidence, by the time they say negative things either behind me or to my face, it affects me. It affects the way I start behaving, it affects the way I start doing things, and it allows them to ride over me. And then because I have this feeling that they are right, they are probably better than me, I didn't believe in myself, so it was easy for them to just walk over me. But now, almost, I believe in myself. Whether you believe in me or not, I still believe in myself, and I still stand strong and hold firm to who I believe I am. And I'm not dropping my standard because you don't believe or because any other person doesn't believe. No way. Another thing that was affecting my confidence was intimidation. Anytime I meet someone who is better than me or who has more experience than me in paper, in age, in anything, I begin to feel intimidated and it begins to affect me. I start feeling like, this person has 10 years experience. I have just 1 year experience. This person is better than me. So I should just be one side, let this person take the lead and stuff like that. But getting to work with so many people, especially in my profession as a chef, I've met people in the culinary field that have more years of experience and more paper qualification, but then in the practical job experience and carrying out tasks and stuff, I proved to be better. I brought out better results. And if you look between us, you feel I had more of the paper experience and more of the years and qualifications and stuff like that. So it has taught me to understand that we cannot always be at the same level in life. Some people will definitely be ahead, some will definitely be upcoming. We are at different levels at different times in life, and that's totally okay. Instead of letting that intimidate me, wherever I go to, I'm confident because I can defend everything I say I can do. My skills are defendable by me, and it's okay that there are going to be people ahead of me, there are going to be people under me, there are going to be people on my level and all. Instead of letting that intimidate me, I got to this level where I bring my experience, you bring your experience, we share knowledge, and then we learn from each other. In this situation, it's a win-win for everyone. I once met a chef that had a very rigid mindset. Though I knew what I was doing, but in the kitchen hierarchy, he was placed above me, so I had to report to him. He had this very fixed mindset that he felt like it's only his method that is worth carrying out. Any other method outside that was trash. And that changed the way I saw him. I saw him as an incompetent chef because I felt like any qualified chef or any good chef out there is supposed to understand that there are so many methods to achieve something. To prepare a dish, there's no one method, there's no one, there are so many recipes, there are so many methods. The most important thing is to maintain the most important cooking rules and then to have a beautiful result, a good dish at the end of it. A good chef has this understanding and tries to be versatile and learn from other colleagues, even as he or she wants them to learn from them. I had to learn and understand that there would always be people ahead of me, and that's okay. Instead of letting it intimidate me, break me, break my confidence, or make me feel like I am not enough or I don't know what I'm doing, I look forward to learning from them and adding more knowledge to the knowledge that I already have. Another thing I had to do is I had to learn to understand that I make mistakes and that's totally okay. Before now, if I make any mistake, I'm going to beat myself about it for a long time. I'm going to hold on to it and keep pressuring myself and keep letting it get to me. If I make any small mistake like this, hey, my confidence has scattered because I begin to feel, how can I make such a mistake? If I was good enough, how will I make this guy? Like how? It begins to break me. I keep thinking about that mistake, thinking about that mistake, thinking about that mistake. Then I begin to feel like, oh my God, I'm not good enough. Because for the level I've gotten to, I'm not supposed to make that type of mistake. I beat myself about it and it becomes hard for me to move on from that mistake, and then it breaks and shatters me. But the honest fact is, mistakes are inevitable. Mistakes are part of life. Sometimes we make mistakes, even mistakes that we didn't think we're going to make, even mistakes that are at your level you're not supposed to be making that mistakes. It's possible. Mistakes happen. So I've learned to understand and accept that fact, and whenever I make a mistake, I take responsibility for it, take corrections, and move on. The last thing I think I can remember I did is to try to stop holding on to the feeling of defeat. I have this habit of overthinking. If you are an overthinker, things are going to look more severe and feel more severe than they actually are because of how serious or how far we take it to, because of how much time we spend thinking about this thing, trying to rationalize it, trying to make sense out of it, trying to analyze it. I think that's the biggest problem overthinkers have. So I had this habit of overthinking, so I hold on to defeat like too much. Like I said previously, when I make mistakes, when I hear negativity, when there's anything that brings the feeling of defeat, I overthink it and it gets me stuck in that position because I want to think it through. I want to know, why is it this way? Why does it have to be this way? Why does it have to feel this way? Why is it? I have to think and think and think and think. Then I feel defeated, and then I find myself stuck in the feeling of defeat for a longer period than necessary. And that gets the best of me and that cripples my self confidence. But lately, I've gotten to accept any negative event that happens on the way because I don't know anything that is going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen the next minute. I don't know if it's going to be positive or negative. I don't know if I'm going to make a mistake. I don't know if I'm going to be faced with so much negativity, a challenge. I don't know what's going to happen. You see how important prayer is because God knows what is going to happen. So by the time you pray all the time, God prepares the road for you. Even if negative things happen somehow, He gives you the strength to get through them. So I had to teach myself to stop dwelling on negativity and allowing it make me feel defeated. I had to let go of the feeling of defeat and move on. That's how I've been able to keep my self-confidence and hold myself high no matter what is happening, because all these things will happen. They are part of life. The same way positivity is part of life, negativity is also part of life. I'm going to encounter negativity. I've gotten to accept that and made my peace with it. So this way, regardless of what happens, I process it the way I should. I try to process it as a normal event or a normal happening in life and move on without it affecting my self-confidence. At this point, I can't really say my self-confidence is 100%, but at least I'm sure it's above average compared to the personality I had before compared to who I was before. I'd like to know if there are other tips you would love to share with me so I can learn more, I can improve more, I can work more, because I want to be more confident than I am right now. There are greater heights I want to achieve than I have achieved right now. So whatever you feel is going to be useful to me, I'll really love it if you could share it with me in the comment section down below. And again, I would love to thank you guys so much for your continuous support on this channel. Thank you so much for watching my videos. Thank you for liking them. Thank you for sharing them. Thank you for engaging them. Thank you for encouraging me. Thank you for everything you guys do. I really appreciate you guys so much. And just in case this is your first time coming in contact with my channel, you're welcome to my channel. I'm Penny. On my channel, you're going to see positive content, nothing negative, absolute positivity that is going to push you to go get your best life, just like I'm in the process of doing. Thank you very much once again for stopping by. I hope you consider subscribing and actually subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like this video because that encourages me, that shows me that you support what I'm doing. And then I'll see you guys in another video. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, and bye.